In the world of technology, every company is fighting for the same thing: qualified prospects who actually convert. But here's the reality: most tech companies are lost in a sea of competition, they struggle to build predictable pipelines, and they don't even come close to hitting their financial forecasts. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how we help tech companies scale without the traditional headaches of hiring internal teams, burning through cash on failed experiments, or getting stuck in feast or famine revenue cycles. Now, we're not just another agency. We're true growth partners who focus on one thing, and that's building systems that actually move the needle on your revenue. And while other agencies will chase vanity metrics, we're obsessed with booking qualified meetings that turn into closed deals. So imagine generating consistent sales meetings, building a predictable pipeline, increasing conversions, and crushing your financial forecasts. And the best part is, all of this is backed by our performance guarantees that we tailor to each project to ensure your investment is protected. And here's our 4-step framework that makes this possible. So let's start off by talking about who this video is for. So we're looking for leaders of ambitious tech companies. If you're not looking to grow, you're not looking for scale, then maybe this video isn't for you, but regardless, I'm sure you'll find some insights in here. Overall, we're going to walk through how to drive predictable revenue growth with a scalable client acquisition system that doesn't depend on referrals or risky marketing bets. And this is our proven and tested 4-step framework that we'll use to make this happen. So we've got Pillar 1, go to market, Pillar 2, education-based marketing, Pillar 3, sales development, and Pillar 4, sales collaboration. So Pillar 1, go to market. This is where we build a highly profitable offer with sales and marketing assets that your dream prospects love. So there's 2 reasons why a lot of tech companies don't reach their full potential. And that's 1, they struggle to communicate the true value they provide to their customer. And 2, they're focusing too much on product and features when selling and marketing. So the result, most stagnate or they even collapse. The flip side to that is we need to be having a holistic perspective on growth. So focusing on your product, focusing on your service, it's important, but that's only half of the equation. We truly need to be able to clearly communicate what problems you solve, how you solve them, and who you've helped. And that's the foundation of great marketing and sales. And we don't even do it in the traditional flashy sense. We really just dive into whose problem you're solving and why those clients should choose you to solve them. And this kind of clarity is what drives long-term sustainable growth. We're not looking for quick wins here. We're looking for a scalable and repeatable system. So how do we achieve this? We need a data-driven mindset. So your company at this point, I'd expect, has already built relationships with happy and successful customers. We need to speak to them. They'll tell you what they're struggling with before they met you, what are the solutions they tried, how much they spent on them, and what made them buy from you in the first place. And it's a true goldmine of information. And here's how we help you take these to the next level. We set you up with a brief interview with your best clients and even your dream prospects. We ask them about their problems, desires, dreams, fears, frustrations, how you helped, what are the solutions they tried in the market and why those didn't work for them. Ultimately, we get to the root of why they bought from you. So here's how we turn these insights into highly profitable sales assets. We record the interview with your client and share it throughout the sales process. So this will be a video case study. In today's era, video content is king. So if you've got good written testimonials, good written case studies, video case studies just brings it to a whole new level of social proof and trust. And that social proof is going to make prospects trust you more and come on the sales calls ready to buy. And on top of that, we're also able to create your offer and marketing claim based on what your clients said was the most important thing they were looking for. And then from there, you can build the value of your offer with one specific person in mind, because your offer needs to be around your prospect's number 1 priority. Because of course, businesses are limited in time and resources, so they're always going to prioritize solving their priority problems. So up to this point, we built out some great case studies, but once we have those, there's still one problem. In competitive markets, having only case studies isn't enough. Nowadays, the average sophisticated buyer needs a minimum of 7 hours of engagement with your business to trust you enough to buy from you. And on top of that, studies have shown that only 3% of prospects in any market are in a buying solution for their problem right now. And I'm not sure if you've seen this before, but this is represented by the buyer's pyramid. So this represents that 3% of prospects are buying now, 6 to 7% are open to it, 30% are not thinking about it, 30% don't think they're interested, and 30% know they're not interested. So what does that mean to your business? To get clients over the line, we need multiple touch points, which could be meetings, demos, prospects want to chat with our other customers, and even then, they still might turn around and say they're not interested. So the key to unlocking the 97% of the market is we use education-based marketing, which sounds like a simple concept, but execution is what separates success from failure. So how do we execute? We run education-based campaigns that aim to deliver a lot of value to B2B decision makers through personalized educational groups or individual sessions. And we'll clarify exactly what those are, how to run them, and how to turn them into sales opportunities with minimal effort in Pillar 4. But now the question is, how do we get qualified prospects interested in your offer? Which brings us right into Pillar 2, which is education-based marketing. This is where we start to fill up your pipeline with qualified prospects. So now we've got our case studies built. We've got to figure out how we get in front of potential clients. And there's plenty of ways to do this. There's referrals, which they're obviously the gold standard, but they're unreliable. We can't decide the scales. There's ads, which might be the most powerful, but they're high cost and difficult in many B2B industries. There's SEO and organic, great trust builders, but they're slow. With changing algorithms, most aren't doing it right. And there's a big shift to AI search, so that's not the basket I want to be putting my eggs in. And there's events, which give you great, deep engagement, but time, resources, planning, it's not super scalable. You can't be in multiple places at once. Then there's cold calling, which it's still used. It's not my personal preference, but SDRs churn very quickly, and we burn potential relationships instead of building them. So that leaves us with outbound email prospecting. And many companies are afraid that this ruins their reputation or that it simply doesn't work for them in their industry, which definitely can be true, but only if it's being done incorrectly. And the solution to that is relevant education-based marketing. So we create hyper-targeted campaigns inviting your potential clients to speak on a topic very relevant to the trends and problems in the industry specific to that prospect. And this is extremely effective at getting prospects interested in a conversation and getting our foot in the door. And you might notice that this is very different than how most marketing agencies and lead generation companies are doing it. And that's because they're not thinking about growth holistically. They only care about responses or booked calls, whereas our approach takes the entire sales process into account because, as you all know, we can't take the number of business meetings booked to the bank. And so here's just some results from our own most recent email campaigns with this strategy. We generated 210 opportunities in 30 days, 51 opportunities in 6 days, 40 opportunities in 5, 33 in 10. And our client's very first campaign that we launched for them, we generated 23 opportunities within 12 days. It's insane what you're able to do when you take this approach. And now we're getting positive responses from qualified prospects, but this is still 2 steps away from money in the bank, which, of course, is the most important piece. Which brings us to Pillar 3, sales development. This is where we start scheduling new qualified opportunities on autopilot. So now we're getting interest from prospects. Now we need somebody to convert that interest into sales meetings booked on your calendar. And this, again, it's a simple concept, but it's not easy to execute. Why? It's extremely time consuming. Nurturing a coldish lead, especially if they're director level or above to take any sort of action, doing it right, it's going to split your team's focus when you can be focusing on higher leverage activities. So that's why our team will personally be doing this for you. We take care of the full process and manage the inboxes through the day-to-day. That way you can focus on higher leverage activities and ensure your outbound efforts are not going to waste. Now we've got our reliable prospecting machine up and running. Next steps, and my favorite step, is to turn these booked calls into money in the bank, which jumps us to Pillar 4, sales collaboration. It's where you increase your sales and improve your cash flow with a 3-step sales process. At this point, we have case studies of our most successful clients. We have a marketing claim that promises a transformation your clients truly desire. We're attracting qualified prospects with education-based marketing, and we're booking meetings with interested prospects. Now, we need to turn that interest into cash in the bank, which brings us back to the buyer's pyramid we spoke about earlier. Most don't understand this, or they even completely forget about it, whereas we take advantage of it. We've now attracted the prospects to your education-based piece of marketing. Now, we're going to smoothly transition them into sales. But before we do that, we've got to acknowledge sales in 2025 has 3 very big problems when marketing to new customers. 1, it's an oversaturated market across the board. People are fed up with tons of solutions to their problems that promise the world and don't deliver. 2, sophisticated buyers. As a result, people are starting to educate themselves to know the basic criteria for good solutions. And in my opinion, that one's a bit of a double-edged sword. People think they're educating themselves when in reality they aren't. So they think they know good solutions when in reality they don't, and that leaves us fighting an uphill battle. And then 3, there's just a general lack of trust. People believe and understand most solutions in the market can't be trusted. So luckily, we found new solutions to all of these problems, and here's a quick breakdown of how they work. So with our outreach, we have 2 bread and butter outreach strategies. So we've got something we refer to as the interview method, and this is highly effective for selling solutions where prospects need education about evolving trends in tech, proof of your expertise, and a foundation of trust before discussing their needs. And what this looks like, we invite prospects to speak on an industry report, a white paper, a blog. We just get the conversation, we get our foot in the door. If we see some value we can provide, we provide it. And then there's the content method. Now this is very effective. So what this looks like, it's ideal for building authority while engaging prospects in natural, non-sales conversations that lead with value and create a strong relationship from the jump. And it builds into a content flywheel of long-form and short-form video content to be distributed across all of your social platforms that drive website traffic, more booked meetings, and conversions. And on my own personal LinkedIn, we're doing about 43,000 LinkedIn impressions per week with this exact strategy. If you aren't already connected with me, go do that after you finish watching this video. But beyond the content, we edit and repurpose every interview into full-length posts, short videos, and proof assets for your LinkedIn and website. This way, you stay top of mind with prospects even if they don't engage right away, nurturing future buyers over time. And regardless of which outbound strategy we're running at the time, in order to fully optimize the sales process, we meet weekly to look over metrics and calls, see where things went well, where they did not go so well, where to improve, and how to execute next time for greater results. This way, we'll ensure your business is constantly strengthening the entire sales funnel and not leaving any money on the table. And that's a breakdown of Ascension's proven and tested 4-step framework that we'll use to scale your tech company. And like I said at the beginning of the call, we're not just another marketing agency that's going to provide you a service or two. What we're coming in to do, we're true growth partners, that everything we do is focused on moving the needle of your business. We're not just going to give you cold email. We're going to install a done-for-you, holistic client acquisition system that's backed by performance guarantees to protect your investment. I'm looking forward to speaking with you.